Merry Christmas, everybody, and welcome to our fourth week of Advent. Our first week of Advent, we talked about hope. Our second week was about preparation. Third week was about joy. And this last week of Advent, as we're getting ready for Christmas, is adoration. Let me read you a scripture from John chapter 1, verses 14. It says this is from the New Living Translation. It says, "So the Word became human and made his home among us." I like the way that says that. In older translations, it says the Word became flesh. But in the 21st century, I think this says it so well. He became human and he made his home among us. He was full of unfailing love and faithfulness. And we have seen his glory, the glory of the Father's one and only Son. He was someone to come and adore. When we think of Christmas, there are all sorts of songs that we sing every single year. There are new songs that do come along, but I don't know about you, but most of us tend to gravitate towards the old songs. We sing them every single year, and famous artists re-sing them and recalibrate them every year, and we just tend to be attracted to the old songs. Some of them are even hundreds of years old. The oldest of these carols or Christmas songs that we sing are hymns, written by Christians hundreds of years ago for the church to celebrate at Christmas. One of the most famous of these is the song, "O Come All Ye Faithful." We sing it every year. It was written in the 16th century by a guy by the name of John Francis Wade. The most famous of lines in this song is, "O come, let us adore him." "O come, let us adore him. Come and adore this newborn king. Come adore the king of the universe that has been born as a baby." Can we even grasp that? Born as a human like you and me. A king that came not to be served, but he literally came to serve us, the king of the universe. That first Christmas, there were three distinct groups that came to adore Jesus. I think first of the angels that showed up on the scene. They came to adore the newborn king and to bring attention to him. They pointed the way for others to come and adore him as well. And that points us to the second group that came to adore him, which was the shepherds. The shepherds came to adore. These were the poorest of the poor, both economically and socially. They were invited to come and adore Jesus. The third group are the magi, or the wise men. These were the educated and the financially well off. They came to adore him as well. When I read this story, I'm just encouraged by the fact that no matter your station in life, no matter my station in life, no matter what situation that we're in, how rich we are, how poor we are, how uneducated we are, it doesn't really matter. We are all called to come and adore Jesus. We're called to come and worship him. We oftentimes don't like to admit it, but when the famous and rich show up within our vicinity, we tend to adore them. We can adore them, but we are told to keep our distance. There are blockades that are set up in the way so we can't get too close. There are bodyguards that surround them that will not allow us to touch them or maybe even to talk to them depending on the situation. We're allowed to adore from a distance, but don't get too close. When Jesus showed up as a baby and then as an adult, people came from all over to adore Jesus. They weren't told to keep a distance, though. Jesus welcomed everybody. They were allowed to talk to him. They were allowed to touch him. They were allowed to interact with him. And he invited them to do that. They came to adore, and they were never pushed away. Jesus will never push you away. Of anything that we can adore, Jesus is the most worthy of it. So this Christmas, I want to invite you, no matter where you are at, let's come and adore him. Let's come and adore him one and all. Have a Merry Christmas.